Hello, Associate Dragoons. My name is Alex, and welcome back to a shorter episode of Cuphead. This is going to be the penultimate episode, folks, because I got something to say during the finale. So our first boss for today is going to be Sally's stage play, and I kind of like what they did for her. So during her fight, there's going to be some references to Final Fantasy, which looks really impressive, but we'll save that for when we get there. Really, I would just recommend just using the charge shot for her because, like, as long as you can hit her, which is pretty easy to do, all things considered. It's not that hard of a boss. You still just need to, well, you also need to worry about rats in those bottles, but at the same time also making sure that your charge is full before you do a dash or something. So yeah, it's not terribly difficult, at least I don't really think it is. Here it is. Here's the Final Fantasy thing I was talking about. She did Meteor, which is a very common spell in the Final Fantasy series. Though I and a Bolt as well, especially in a Final Fantasy 7, which have not played, but I mean, I thought about playing it once, but oh well. So for the second to last phase, I do really recommend the lobber because, well, it does a lot of damage. Though, admittedly, this final stage is actually where the chaser could have been handy. Because she is above you the entire match. Well, the whole phase, I should say. And you need to worry about dodging the roses and that umbrella. So yeah. Charge shots weaknesses really do start showing there because you need to actually hit your mark. So that way it can work. But I mean, it's not exactly the worst thing in the world. I did, of course, lose to her quite a few times, but not as much as our next boss, which is, I believe it's just called the Phantom Express. I believe it's called that anyway. Oh, and also, no, I did not do any of the I did not record any of the run and guns because I just couldn't freaking do it anymore, dude. I just couldn't. Plus, I didn't really need any of the other charms or the final weapon, which is the roundabout. For this boss, well, like for this phase in particular, the pea shooter actually does pretty well because you need to get rid of the eyeballs and the pumpkins that are carrying these pink blocks, which will move the card forward. But at the same time, it also does pretty good damage against the ghost in the first phase. Plus, you have a bit more of a consistent shot in this second phase here against the I doubt he's a train conductor. I think he's one of those dudes that goes around asking for tickets, but I don't really know for sure. He kind of reminds me of Grimm from Billy and Mandy with his facial expressions in a way, but. Anyway, so the pea shooter does take a little bit to actually start properly affecting him, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Though it does really start to get more bullshit with these two things. These guys kind of remind me of a Thomas the Tank Engine heads, because it's just like a circle with a head. It's like it's like a circle with a face, you know. But this fight is actually where the chaser comes incredibly handy, especially for the final phase, which is where we're at now. So what you need to do for the final phase is that you need to parry that light bulb on the tail and then shoot the heart at the center of the train. Now, this is also a major bullet hell because of the fire and the bone rings that this motherfucker likes to shoot out. But after a few rounds, you will have it, even though the chaser is technically one of the weakest weapons. But like I said earlier, this is going to be one of the shorter videos, at least in terms of commentary. Because like we're barely over 5 minutes. Actually we're like 6 minutes in, but I will save the I'll save everything else for the final video, which should come out sometime next week. I still need to decide if I want to do it on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. I'm tempted Friday. But yeah, so with all of the Isles defeated, we can now head into Inkwell Hell, which I will talk about next time. So I guess I'll just sign off for now. So if you enjoyed the video, thank you so very much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts down below, and if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and every little click helps out a lot more than you think. Until next time, Celestial Dragoons, remember, reach for the stars.